Okie dokie, you guys. Well, looks like we're starting this one off with a not a good thing. It is an unattended death, and I looked that up at one point earlier, way months ago. And a unattended death is just no one's there when the person passes away, so they're all by themselves, or no one reports it, or whatever the circumstances may be. But this one is sus to me because it's at La Quinta Inn. That just seems weird. I mean, I know people when sometimes, they don't want to, if they're going to do something to themselves, they don't want to do it at their home or something like that. But there's also, deals that could be going down at, who knows, and this could be something like that. I don't know. But it just seems very strange to me. Especially since it was like, right at the, the midnight hour. So that also is kind of interesting because did they hear something? What did they hear? Like a shot or something? I don't know. So this is on the 24th, October 24th. Got a theft on Lexington. Pumpkins, bunches of pumpkins overnight. Checked her camera, could see 3 suspects. Report taken. Let's see. Suspicious person. 600 block of South Main. Person walking around knocking on the windows. Wants to make sure everything is okay and no one needs help. Didn't see anyone. Reporting a person walking around knocking on the windows. Wants to make sure everything is okay and no one needs help. Didn't see anyone. So I'm wondering if it was a reporting party who was like wanting to make sure if everybody was okay, or if that's what that guy was saying. Kind of weird. Public program. 1000 block of University Avenue. Public program. Dang it. I just need to... Hold on. I just need to look that up. I'm just driving me crazy. I just need to look it up. Public program at... Well, as I suspected, it is any number of things. It could be anything. But I just remember him, the cops when they were going to the girl to the panty call. I hate to call it that, but everybody knows what it is. So it's like when at least it's panty and not like, I don't know, we can call them underoos. Would you feel better about that? I kind of would. I think underoos are cute. Anyway, so when they were talking to them about, have you been to the program or the talk? I think he called it a talk that the officers put on or whatever. And so I'm wondering if this is what this is. If it's like this public program. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, officer opened a call. That doesn't seem like it public. I mean, that doesn't seem like what it would be, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to call Moscow tomorrow and see. Traffic violation. Let's see. 9, almost 10 o'clock in the morning. Third-party report of a traffic offense coming into Moscow on 270. Eating and went into our... reporting party's lane and coming into oncoming traffic. So they were eating. Well, what's worse, if they're eating or putting on makeup and get into an accident? My sister used to put on makeup. She was good at it too. Like in the car, I swear to God, that girl could... I don't know how she did it. Trespassing complaint. University of Idaho. Trespassing. No report. Domestic dispute. 1200 block of East 5th Street. What are you doing, Sunny? She's playing in the window. Something. Probably another ladybug. Did I tell you guys I actually ate a ladybug the other day? I was eating my lunch and took a bite. Just took a bite. I mean, it was just a normal lunch, and I just like, and it felt, when I bit down, I was like, it felt like a, I don't know, like a lentil or something, because it was kind of, curved and stuff. And it was not what I was eating, anything of what I was eating. So I pulled it out of my mouth. It was a freaking ladybug. Oh my God. Oh, it was dead. Thank God. Oh my God. I couldn't even believe it was alive. That'd be, oh. But I mean, I'm telling you, I'm still fighting these darn things in here. So that trespass one, then domestic. So reporting a Male and female yelling at each other. Yay, yay, yay. Traffic violation. Monroe. East 6th Street, Monroe. Reporting a tailgating, honking at reporting party can't see their driver. So, like I was been kind of telling you guys, is I actually think that this is somewhere related somehow to that guy that was aggressive with JLR, because he's got a record. They knew him. He'd been arrested before. I mean, he was in jail for quite some time on just that one. So they obviously know him. So, and what was his name? Kirk. Oh, I just did a thing on him. What the heck was his name? Kirk something. And I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Was it Kirk Wilson? No. Kirk, oh, I can't remember, but it was weird because it connected like to everything. It was just so strange. Anyway, so I think this is what's going on here. It's very, very active with just mischievous, just wrecking things. People are just wrecking things, and they're just like, you know how like, how would I want to explain this? Like when kids just go on just a rampage, like a rampage is that's the word I'm looking for. And I think could be, you know, some of those groups coming into town, because it happens. I mean, they come there a lot because, I mean, they're big in Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, in those areas, Hayden Lake, all that around there. So, and Bonner's Ferry as well. So I'm not surprised they make their way to Moscow and kind of try to, you know, mess with the college kids. I bet you they love that. Probably try to recruit some too. So, non-injury traffic accident. So that's 800 block of North Grant. Street sweeper hit a mailbox. Need an officer to respond for a report. Wow. We're going to get a write-up for that one. Whenever, like well, where I live, if there's a city, if anything happens, like you're a city worker or a county worker or a state worker, you know, like that on the streets like that, if something like this happens, they immediately take you in and give you a drug and alcohol test. So this guy probably literally had to go right on into, or blew right there or whatever, because, you know, they have to figure out if, you know, why he hit the mailbox this time and not all the other times. Okay, so we got a tobacco problem. Let's see. 400 block of East 5th. Tobacco problem complaint. What does that mean? Tobacco problem complaint. I'll have to go back and look at that and see where that address is and stuff. Officer requesting case number. That's interesting. I mean, unless it's underage, but I don't think, I mean, that doesn't make sense. Civil calls 500 block South Adams Street. Sunny, what are you doing? I know you're getting into something because I can hear you. She's anxious tonight, too. 500 block of South Adams Street. Amended NCO at the courthouse that needs to be picked up. Oh, no contact order. Entered and served on the defendant. Okay. Unconscious person, 1000 block of West 6th Street. Medics and officers responded. Whoa. Okay. Then you've got, so there was a death. Then you got this unconscious person. You've got this mayhem going on in town. Probably bringing with it, you know, party favors, I would think. Because that kind of goes hand in hand for that kind of stuff, with that kind of stuff, you know. Other law enforcement calls. Reporting party is calling on behalf of someone trying to get a PO against someone living in Moscow. Protection order, okay. There's two now, two protection orders, and there's that. So that maybe they're calling about that being, you know, delivered. Because, you know, a cop usually delivers it, or you can, like, hire someone, but usually it's better to have a cop do it, or a police officer. Okay, harassment. Just listing it as Moscow. Reporting party was with question for an officer regarding harassment from family. Ooh, getting spicy up in here. Suspicious person circumstance. This is 100 block of Southview Avenue, so it's right by the cop shop. Reporting parties in the lobby reporting an Apple AirTag has been showing that it is following his location. MPD responded, clear, no report. Whoa. What is going on? Huh. Yeah, those air tags, they're, you know, I don't know if they're good or evil. I mean, there's, you know, they can be very, very bad in a lot of circumstances. I mean, I know I actually have a friend who, her ex, who was very brutal to her, put one on her car and followed her everywhere. Civil calls, 522 South Adams. Civil call, no report. Jeez, trespassing complaint. So this is Grant Street. Reporting party advising a female they want trespassed is currently on the premises. Wow. Traffic violation. There we go. West 3rd Street and South Lily. White Dodge Dually with 30-inch flatbed trailer headed into town, flashing lights at vehicles and wanting cars to get out of the way. Reporting party no longer has visual. Reporting party first saw by the mall. Did he lose his brakes or something? I mean, it's only a dually with a 30-inch flatbed trailer. I mean, unless he's hauling like a backhoe or an excavator or something, you know. Or even that, still, you know, you don't, that's not something you do. You just drive slow. You don't just flash your lights and make, you know, for cars to get out of the way and just keep going. Eeh. Animal problem. Oh, no, I don't need this. Okay. There was a couple that I've kind of scrolled through these earlier today, and there's a couple of them that are just, oh my God, I just can't. Oh. So this is another thing too. With this kind of stuff that's happening with these animals, like there was a cat poisoned, and then there's, you know, been bunnies with their ears cut, you know, this not really good stuff, you know, I don't even really want to talk about it. But this is this is the same time of year, you guys, that it was happening last year, you know, with Buddy the dog. And then and I don't know if you guys know about this, but there were right near the Buddy's, that area where Buddy lived, there was a man who was teaching his kids how to skin a cat. And they were young boys. I think they were like, I don't know, maybe 6 and 8, maybe somewhere in that range. And the woman, how did she get a hold of this? She got a hold of it through Facebook somehow. But they okay, so they didn't go out and just kill a cat, all right? They got it like it was already in formaldehyde, or you know, embalming fluid, all that kind of, or formaldehyde, I guess is probably what it would be. But the father was literally, had a video apparently, or just pictures on Facebook showing the procedure, how he was teaching his boys how to skin a cat. And it was literally, it's right around the same area. I mean, it was around the same area, but it was at the same time frame too. It was right in that, you know, that vicinity right there, that time zone, that timeline. So as I'm seeing these new things come up with these animals, it just is starting to kind of get scary, because it's that time of year, you know. It is the first. We only have 13 more days until that. I don't like to call it an anniversary. That's a horrible, I mean, anniversaries are supposed to be good things, not, you know, it's like, ugh, that horrific thing, just so sad. I mean, this will be something I think about for the rest of my life, I'm pretty darn sure. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind I probably will. But, and then those kids are over there, like, partying in that neighborhood and pissing on the house and just being just monsters. How can they be like that? I just, I want to wring their necks, but that wouldn't do any good either, you know? So you got the fraud, 1400 block of Hawthorne. Reporting parties in the lobby reporting that someone changed the information on his scholarship so that they would get funds instead of him. Reporting party has a person he suspects. Oh my God. Becky, did you see her butt? So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the scholarship, the little dinner, whatever thing that that was last year, 5 days before the murders, where Scott Green was, they gave out scholarship, whatever. Well, they did that this year too. And Hunter Chapin, he got $5,000 through the Ethan Chapin Scholarship Fund. So he was awarded that. And Reed Ost, I can't even pronounce his last name. It makes me want to lisp whenever I think of his last name. God. But he was awarded $10,000. He was the Sigma Chi president of last year, of 2022. He's the one that Brian Enton did that. I have a video of it, but that interview, and I swear that Reed was a jerk. He was very suspicious to me, like his mannerisms and the way he was looking, and he was just a smartass too, Enton too, in my opinion, he was. And then the guy that was standing, because the cameraman was standing like to the left of them, so off to the left and facing them. So the guy was on the other side of Brian and Reed, and you have to watch his actions. He's giving, first of all, he's giving Reed the evil eye, like, don't you say nothing, don't you say nothing, don't you say nothing. And he was kind of hiding himself, and he moved away from the camera pretty quickly. But you just have to watch it. Something's not right with that kid, with that one, with either of them, I don't think. But yeah, Hunter got $5,000 and Reed got $10,000. Okay. Well, now, I know I shouldn't say this, but that would be a good reason why they keep them in school for free, education, free education. I don't know. It's kind of mean to me to say, but there's got to be some kickback somewhere for, I feel, for certain families to be acting the way they are. I don't understand. I don't understand. But I'm not in their position. I'm not in their shoes. So I should not even have gone there when I did. So sorry. So we got another animal complaint, non-stop barking, a hit and run. A state-served vehicle was struck while in the parking lot on campus. Report taken. Suspicious person down on Main. Reporting a subject in and out of the store. Seemed to be looking for a cell phone. Was aggressive with a customer earlier. Unknown. Whoever's writing these is correct. I don't know. Get somebody else. Was aggressive with the customer earlier. Unknown earlier. Officers responded. No report. Threatening. 1800 block of White Avenue. 103. Apartment 103. Or White Avenue? 103. Patient wants to talk to an officer about not feeling safe at home. What is 1800 block of White Avenue? Is it like a hospice? Is it maybe a care center? Patient wants to talk to an officer about not feeling safe at home. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of that little old lady on Steiner. Oh. Traffic accident with injuries. West Pullman Road and South Line Street. Moscow Law, Fire, and EMS responded. Patient transported to Gritman. Okay. Remember last year, it was all about the car accidents and all about the water, hitting water mains and doing stuff like that. I mean, there was an elevator. Remember the elevators and the alarms going off? That was going. I mean, there's so many calls in Pullman for elevators, and tons of them for like the fire alarm going off. And they would always come back with the report. No, or I forget what they called it, but basically, no, there's no problem. It was false alarm basically. So we've got parking problem in Ashbury. State's vehicle is blocking her driveway so she can't park. Officer responded, no report. It's like they're egging you on. It's like your older brother is sitting, you're flat on your back on the floor, and he's got your arms pinned up over your head, and he's straddling you, and he's taking his finger and he's poking you right in the middle of the forehead, right between the eyes, or right in the chest, right underneath your collarbone, and he's just constantly doing it. This is how I feel like these people are doing here. Like it's this constant, just egging them on. Come on. What's it gonna take? How's it gonna, just that's how it feels to me with these things that they're doing, like blocking their driveways and knocking on their windows and ripping off their a tire, taking a tire off their car, or ripping off their side mirror, or smashing their side mirror. There's a bunch of those the other day, all in one weekend. It's just wow. There was a weekend where there's a bunch of keying, like people were keying cars. That's nuts. So we got entrapment and accessible incorporate. What does that mean? 1400 block of East E Street. Moscow law, fire and EMS responded. No report. Entrapment. So, entrapment makes me think there's someone was held hostage. But entrapment, inaccessible. But with the EMS law and all that, that makes me feel like maybe they needed like the claw, or whatever they're called, the jaws of life or something to open something up. Entrapment because of all the people that responded, but no report. No flipping report. God. So we got a communication problem on 700 block of Elm. Female advised it was accidental. Females advised it was accidental. Officer responded. No report. Communication problem. Oh, so they hung up like a 911 or something. I was like, what was accidental? Whoa. We didn't push him down the stairs. Jeez. That takes me back to whatever happened to whatever happened to Baby Jane or something like that. Oh man, I'll tell you what. I saw that when I was little, and that still resonates with me to this day. That show, that movie. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I mean, I just got chills thinking about it. Citizen dispute. Let's see, we've got 100 block of Baker. Daughter got into a fight with her boyfriend and left, and her mother cannot find her. No report. Suspicious person circumstance on Steiner. A man is looking through the dumpster with a black light. Asked what he was looking for, and he would not tell him. Officers responded. No report. So Steiner, you guys, I've got a video on this one too. It's a short one, but it's out there. Or it's mixed in with something else, I guess. Maybe I should just do one just on it. But in the beginning, I could swear on one of those interviews that Enon said that he dated a girl that had a white Elantra. And it's something to the fact of, like, not seen her anymore, hasn't seen her, or seen her in a while, or something to the fact, like getting rid of her, like, didn't want her around, or something like that, broke up or whatever. But something to that effect. Well, and then you saw his car, he got pulled over, so the blue little, whatever, wagon thing he was driving. And there was a couple different times, so that's all over, there's lots of pictures of that. Well, right off of Steiner, which is right down, like, not even a minute, I don't think, maybe a minute and a half, maybe not even that long, probably just a minute, down on the left-hand side from that mobile station there's a bunch of apartments, and these apartments are owned by a man who had recently passed away. And he owned apartments all over the place, but he owned that whole stretch is all those apartments, and those are all his apartments, right? So you can see where there's the place where I see what I think is Enon's car, and then there's a white, what looks to be like an Elantra type car, parked in the same, right next to each other. Like, well, he's parked kind of right in front in a different space, and she's parked back by it, or the other car's parked by the door to go into the building. Well, when I looked at the address up, it had been recently remodeled to like a like ramp, like say like a wheelchair ramp or something like that, you know, maybe for an elderly woman. So that's why when the Steiner thing keeps popping up, I keep thinking it might be Mrs. Steiner. Mr. Steiner, he's gone. He's passed away. Or I mean, it's not Steiner. I mean, whatever his name is, I don't remember. But I mean, I can look it up pretty quickly and find it. But what are those apartments called? It's the name of those apartments, whatever they're called. Maybe it is Steiner. Huh. Anyway, so the girl that resides there is an accountant, and a pretty damn good one from what it sounds like. I mean, she has got a list a mile long of her credentials and who she's done, you know, tax stuff for. I mean, I'm talking a lot. And she's not that old. She's quite young, actually. So I believe she's also the caregiver for whoever is there. Well, it just makes me think, what? I mean, Enon's car's over there. There's that white vehicle. There's a person who just, you know, this older gentleman just passed away who owns a fortune. And now there's this is all speculation, you guys. This is just in my head trying to work this out. And then there's possibly his wife that's still alive there, who has dementia, they're always finding her somewhere. You guys know the reports I read. If you listen to them, there's always this little old lady. And the other day she was a long ways from home. And so also in this, connected to this this man who owned all those apartments, or owns, or whatever, is another woman who is very solid name in the community. I can't remember what it was, but it's definitely, I remember all of it except for their names like that. But she actually owns thoroughbred horses and has a big ranch a little ways out. And I keep feeling like she is maybe executor of this whole thing. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a daughter, something like that. But that's where the horse thing comes in. And this horse thing is, you know, you've got the mules that Moscow, they're the first ones to successfully clone a mule, and they decided to do racing mules. And like I've told you guys before, mules don't like to race. They do like to work. They're hard workers, but they do not like to be run like that. That's not the type of work they do. They're like steady paced, pulling heavy load type workers, you know. And so God only knows what they have to do to get those mules to run. I just hate to think of it, but then you got this woman out there who owns these thoroughbreds, and I'm wondering if maybe they're breeding them, doing something like, you know, what do they call it when they do the branches cross? No, splicing, like it's not splicing. I'm not like the animal, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Where they're like connecting, kind of like they do like the horse and the zebra, and it's called, you know, whatever they call it. And it's like a horse with stripes, so kind of the same thing. But anyway, this kind of makes me, that was a long explanation. Sorry about that. I have so much in my head, and sometimes I gotta get it out. All right, so that right there, that's a Steiner right there. So I'll have to look that up. I'll have to pop that video up on, I was going to actually put it up at the end of another one last week, and then just tag Doc Thrifty in it and tell him, hey, have you seen this one? But I didn't. I forgot. Or it's still in my cap cut or whatever. Okay, so officers responded, no report. So communication problems off of Ashbury. Officer responded, no report. Well, Ashbury is, you know, right across from Allman, where that Thomas Adams was. That poor guy's never gonna, well, poor guy, I don't know if he's a poor guy or not, but, I mean, he definitely looks haunted, like something's haunting him, like something's wrong behind his eyes. When you see him sitting in the cell there, or his mugshot, he's not all there, I don't think. And like I said, he used to work at the Entrapment Hospital, so it makes you kind of, it makes me wonder. I keep calling out rabies, man. What are they doing? Experiments on people in there? Is there a secret I'm just going to say it just because I know some people just can't stand it. What is there, a secret tunnel underneath the hospital where they do like Frankenstein, experiments? I'm joking about that, but I am not joking about something going on around where there's people are angry. They're angry. It's a weird, like, they're angry and they I don't know, it's like they're going mad in their head, just like people with rabies, like animals with rabies. It is weird. You guys are probably laughing at me on the other side, probably, huh? You guys better not be. You can laugh with me, but just don't be laughing at me, because I am. Wait, you watch. I mean, I'm not that's going to happen, but what if? Then you're just going to have to. You're going to have to eat some and I suggest some heavy duty sauce, because I bet those things are nasty. All right, and plus, you kill one crow, that they'll wait around. The crows around your house, they'll come over, and they will never leave you alone after that. So you best to be careful. All right, I'm at 31 minutes on this damn thing. Okay, I hope it even goes. All right, I'm gonna let it go. Bye.